This is the Chapter Survival Guide podcast. This is not just for chapter presidents, but for anyone in the chapter interested in learning more about chapter programs and operations. This will help keep your chapter on track month by month and to know what's coming up next.
My name's Karen Tabby Helhowski, and I've been involved in CISV in many ways for a number of years. I'm currently on chapter development. I served on the national board as the secretary for a period of 4 years. Before joining the national board, I was a trustee from my chapter back when that was a thing. I was president of my chapter, and I was the local interchange chair. I love CISV. I've made many friends around the country and around the world, and that's what keeps me coming back. And I learn from everybody I meet, and I feel that I've become a much more interesting person as a result of the people I've met.
Okay, that's going to be a hard one to follow. Yeah. My name is Lynn Buff, and I've also had many roles in CISV. I'm actually one of those people that started by going to the board meetings and not being anything on the board. I just wanted to show up and know what was going on. And then I was asked to be, to do something, and then eventually ended up being risk manager, then VP of operations, then president. Now I am on chapter development to do training, which I love because I get to meet more people. I'm one of those strange people, which I think fits a lot of people in CISV, where our kids are not, we don't have any kids traveling age anymore. We're still here. Some of us, like me, started after the fact, after our kids were traveling age, because it's such a wonderful organization. I've made so many friends. And even just today while we were recording this, I was commenting on how I would not even know these wonderful people if it weren't for CISV. I'm so fortunate to be in CISV.
I'm Madeline Collison. I started in the Denver chapter about 15 years ago. And I came to CISV because I had 4 children who participated, and I saw what it did for them, and that's why I've continued to support CISV. And I've been a chapter trustee and representative, a chapter president, a program planner, and a risk manager. And I really love CISV, and I love what it's done for my children, but I also appreciate how it's allowed me to grow as well.
I'm Carrie McClure from the Jacksonville chapter. I've been involved in CISV for many, many years. I've had many roles in CISV. I've been VP of operations, in charge of public relations. I've been a travel coordinator. I've been a village planner. I've been village and step-up staff. I've been interchange and youth meeting leader. And of course, I've been a mom. I love what CISV teaches and how it creates these great young leaders.
So this podcast really focuses on your chapter operations and programs. And those were discovered from best practices from many chapter development sessions and CIM. Some of the other places you can find resources just for your own information or for your chapter's information is CISV.org. And again, click on the resources tabs on these pages. That's the international CISV page. There's also CISV USA. You should look around there because that's got a lot of great information. And then on the CISV USA .org page, there it says Junior Branch. Click on that, and then in that page it says Junior Branch website. Click on that, and then there's lots of links to really great resources, not just for your junior branch, but for your chapter as well. It even has updated health forms on there.
There's also a Facebook page for the junior branch, and there's a Facebook page for the chapter presidents. There's some videos that are good resources for you to use that are created about programs. They're for anyone to use at CISV Jax on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, you can also just search for CISV, and there are hundreds of videos from all over the world about CISV.
We know there's a lot of information on this podcast, but we do expect to make other podcasts to come about risk management and fundraising.
We also hope to explore ways that chapters can use eTapestry for alumni outreach and fundraising.
And our go-to people at CISV USA are Laura Ripberger. She's the executive director.
Rebecca Wagner is the administrative assistant.
And Erin Sheehy focuses on fundraising.